Yo, what's up, everyone? Happy New Year's. I wanted to make a quick video for the Q4 profit loss review. Uh, this quarter, a lot of things happened. I started, kind of my program, kind of teaching people how to trade, and it's kind of been a bumpy road. I did finish the quarter off $5,735 in the green. So, obviously, it's not life changing money. I don't live off this. I do have a full time job, so this 5,000, I'm gonna keep compounding it, and that's kind of one thing I wanted people to learn about the stock market is that you go out and make a couple $1,000. It's not obviously time to go buy a Tesla or something. It's the way I like to do it is I like to make the money, and with the money, you can keep compounding it over a lifetime, so you have a retirement. And that's what a lot of people, I think, they want to become rich. They want to make $20,000, $50,000 when they join my program. And I think one of the things I'm really trying to push on to people is that I made $5,000 this quarter, but next quarter maybe it'll be 6,000, and then keep compounding that. Maybe it'll be 7,000, 8,000, and by the time we're 40, 50 years old, that's when you can start kind of taking some out for what you need. I mean, obviously, I'm not in charge of their finances, but it's kind of how I look at it. I do have a full time job. I don't do this full time, and a lot of people that do this full time is very stressful for them. They have people on Wall Street, jumping out of buildings and shit. So I mean, coming into 2020, you can see we did have a pretty overbought market. It was a sharp drop from the Corona crash. A lot of people will know this year of the Corona crash, and while that is true, we also got a Corona recovery, which probably a lot of people will know about too. So it just kind of goes to show maybe you have bought up here, and through March you're already down 30% on one investment. And I mean, 30% is pretty big, especially if we got $1 million talking. So 30% of $1 million, $300,000. But the thing that people need to realize is that only happens if you liquidate at the bottom. So it's the same as Bava. We're trading. That was one of my favorite stocks coming into the quarter. So I think started the quarter it was about 250-ish. And this was kind of around the time where a lot of people were speculating that Biden was going to win. So obviously Biden going to win. It's bullish for China. I remember seeing it every single day. 300 calls, a bunch of $1 million put into 300 calls. And I was big in Bava when I was first starting. Now I can kind of pull up some of these trade, some of the history. Let me see if I can find it. So yeah, you see I was in some 285 calls going into the election, but we'll get into that in a second. See, I was getting some put credit spreads November 3rd. See, October 28th, I was big in Bava, always trading Bava. And then we see it gets to 320, and that's just a sign, we get overbought, anything can fall. We go to 320 to 220. But what people need to realize is that, say I told someone to buy 280, we made our money. It was all options. So, but even if we say we fall to 220, the thing with stocks is that it's only a loss if you sell it. So, like, obviously 320 to 220, I mean, that's, say it's couple $1 million, that's a lot of money lost if you sell. But that doesn't mean that, say, 2022, 2023, what if Bob was trading at $1,000 and you sold your for a little $100 loss right here? Like, it just doesn't make sense. And I mean, it's easy to say here, but once you have the emotion, say you put $30,000 in right here, and then you're down to only 20,000. It's more emotional whenever you're actually in the trade. And so I kind of wanted to talk about the rise and fall of Bava, because I was big into it. I was pushing it a little bit. I'm a big advocate for not pushing your luck. We hit it 280 to 320. Maybe I think I did catch some trades on this little downturn. I got a little downfall right here. I tried to catch the bounce, got a little wrecked right here, and it's okay. You make $3,000 on a trade, you lose 1,000, you're still up $2,000. So I just wanted to bring up Baba, and then so pretty much the first month of the program, trade a bunch of credit spreads, debit spreads on Apple, TSM, Tesla, and let me show you. I would not shut up about TSM. It was what? It's like $60, $60 when we started the quarter. So I mean, it was what is it? $109 now. I still have some little positions in it. So it's people always saying that the market was overbought from the COVID recovery. We look at SPY from 220 to the start of the quarter. I think started quarter what, like almost 330. We were pretty much to Corona levels. People were saying overbought. We just went from 320 from 220 to 320. But the thing is, like, there's still values. There's still Apple that's running, even here, even with the market, as they say, overbought. It's what, $91 when I was starting off the little program. We got a little run to 130 now. So I mean, people are always gonna say market's overextended, overbought. Wait to the next correction. What if we don't get a next correction for 10 years? Let's see, a few of my other trades in the beginning was Pinduoduo. Man, I was big into this one because I remember watching it for a while at around 100. At around 100, it fell short of 100 3 times right here, and I hadn't traded it much, but I was watching it because I knew it kind of traded pair with JD and Baba, which were 2 of my favorite stocks. So I had caught it at around 70 level. I don't want to say I caught the exact bottom. I maybe caught it like right here on this little green candle. But this little Pinduoduo trade was one of my better ones. So let's see where I got it. This is puts recently. So calls, yeah, $80 calls on 1023. So I had got 9 of them for $1.50, sold 8 for $2.85 in like 10 minutes, I think. Kept the last one. The last one I sold it for right here. Sold it for $5.50 for the last one. And I mean, we're talking. This was what, $80 call. Look at this bitch. This shit is running to what, 182, and this is when people are calling it an overbought market. So we're getting Pinduoduo running from 70 to 180, and people are calling shit overbought. Like, you really can't listen to these people. You gotta just trade, no matter what. I had also hit D-Dog too. Let me bring that up. You just gotta look for the values. People are always saying there's too much idiots in the market. I don't know where this is. D-Dog. Yeah, I should pull it up. So this is one of the examples of trading the news. Bruh. Come on now. Alright, I guess Robinhood is being dumb. We're just gonna so okay, I'll show y'all. This is just a little sample long-term portfolio. I'll show you that in a little bit. Datadog. So yeah, right here I definitely had 10 contracts. Was it not on this account? Maybe it was on Webull. So I had D-Dog $100 calls. I'll just pull up on this chart just to make it quick. They had announced a Microsoft partnership, and we're getting D-Dog. Look, up 100 on the quarter. Not too much, but shit, we got $100. Like a $20 swing right here off news. So that's one example of trading off news. And that was pretty much first quarter. And the second quarter, around election time, traded bad. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. I had a down month. I had, what was the election? November 3rd. I had took a little short position on, let's see, XPXU. It's inverse of SPY. I had took it around, I think, $7. And yeah, Biden wins. And shit, man, the SPY that same day goes up like 4%, and I was short. So I mean, considering all that, like, just to lose $600, really not that bad. I mean, like, when SPY is going up that much. And so also another thing of notice was we had got a little rotation out of tech into the small caps to IWM, and I had kind of noticed it. I was trading futures a little bit, and around the time that the presidency happened, this is November right here. We got a nice little decline on tech. So, you know me, I trade a lot of tech stocks. I didn't have a great month that month, but I was kind of looking at IWM that month too. Look at that same month. Look at this. We got a nice little 36% move from then. So that's pretty much what I'm trying to get across, is that not always tech is going to be the best thing. You know, I was telling people don't fall in love with tech at this time. And during the time, IWM goes up 36%. So yeah, also in the second month, I had got the virus. And I don't know, I was just trading like fucking shit. So, like, I mean, I'm not going to use that excuse, but shit. Like, you try trading with coronavirus, and we'll see what happens. And so, and then one of the stocks I was trading a little bit this month too was PayPal. They had some press releases that they bought a shit ton of Bitcoin, so they kind of started trading pair with Bitcoin. And I had caught it a few times in the beginning of the program, and then I saw a little cup and handle right here, and I bought a little 200 call. And that same week, it went from 200 to like 220, and it's just insane because, you know, it's pretty much just going up off Bitcoin news. There's nothing like internal with the company, but if you can make money off a Bitcoin rally without actually owning Bitcoin, like, that's the best case scenario. Because me personally, I don't want to fucking own Bitcoin. You know, like, I'm more of a stock guy. I'm not gonna put my money in something that's not regulated, and whales can pump and dump it, and, you know, there's just no rules. There's no regulations to Bitcoin. We can wake up tomorrow and Bitcoin's trading at $5,000, and for what reason? Just because someone felt like dropping it. Some billionaire whale just wanted to drop Bitcoin. Because a lot of people, they don't remember, Bitcoin was 17,000 in 2017, and people have the memory of a goldfish. And they wake up 2 weeks later, how much is it? 3K. So everyone telling me buy Bitcoin right now, like, it's okay. Like, you can go rip your money, go get in and out. But like, if you're gonna hold from right now, what is it, 30K something? You better know that a possibility is that the next 2 weeks you could wake up and it's $5,000. And I'm not saying it's gonna happen. I'm not short Bitcoin or anything, but it's just a possibility. So if you can own PayPal that also goes up based on Bitcoin, and PayPal is a real company. There's many people that use Venmo. There's many people that use PayPal to pay for shit. Then go do that, because, I mean, the Bitcoin just be sketching me out. So another stock I was in a lot this during this time was Space. Seeing it. Space, Virgin Galactic. So they had I saw a bunch of sweepers, a bunch of call activity, and I kind of just followed a few of them. We ran from, what was it, $17, $35. I don't even want to say that I caught the whole thing. I caught it around $20. This little cup and handle right here. And we got this little breakout right here. I was just selling puts on every dip. selling puts. I made 1,400 2 times in a row, and it just goes to show like you need to follow what's working. Like Space, it's on a run. It's on a run. People think no, don't trade it here. It's working. Like if it's up every day, that means that people like it. So keep following it until it's not your friend anymore. See, we got this little reversal right here. I mean, I dodged a bullet right here, not having sold puts. I took a few losses throughout the day on this little activity, but I mean, it's nothing compared to. I mean, like I said, you make $2,800 on the come up, you give back $700, $800 on the downfall. You're still up $2,000. So that's what people need to focus on, the net. And that was pretty much for my best trades of 2020, Q4. I had a few equity winners. I'll talk about this in a second, but I had one more bad trade, which I'm sure was pretty much the most recent one. It's a little frustrating stock, DraftKings, Usually it used to come up with basketball season coming, the Super Bowl around the corner, shit ton of people betting on DraftKings. And I mean, the numbers were insane. Ohio numbers were they're putting up like $15 million a weekend. So it should be a no-brainer, DraftKings. But sometimes you get ideas and you're wrong, and that's what we got here. 55 down to 46. That's about $10. It's about 20% drop. And I mean, obviously, you don't want to be holding options during a 20% drop unless they're puts. So yeah, I lost $1,600 on my most recent trade. So I would have gone in to 2020 up $7,300. And instead, I get over ambitious and I don't follow my rules. I was telling people, tax sell off at the end of the year, and my ass is still out here selling puts on fucking DraftKings because I think there's a little cup and handle right here. Look, this is a cup and handle. This is the cup. This is the handle. We got the breakout right here, and then this motherfucker just drops 20%. So there's really nothing you can do about it sometimes. Some of my best equity winners for this. So fuel cell. This one, I just knew the hydrogen energy with Plug. It's a big sector. Clean energy. Enphase was doing really good this year. So I took a little shot at fuel cell at I think $2. 100 shares, $200. This is one of my best trades of the quarter because look, this boy went from 240. It had an offering too, so like, shit. Where was the offering? I remember I got clapped one day. I think I bought it like 240. It had an offering, got clapped, got all the way down to 1.5, and then there we go. We got a little 400% runner. I was up almost 600% here, 700%. I had net. So I do buy a lot of mid caps because of my age. I like to invest in more higher risk things. I like Cloudflare a lot just because I work in the IT industry. I know what they do. I know what they're capable of. I know that this ain't going nowhere for the next while. So, I mean, shit. So yeah, we got a nice little. I think I called it out. I bought it personally at about $30. Around the beginning of the quarter. It was 38, 39. I was telling people to buy it. People calling the market overbought, saying it's a Corona rally can't last. I mean, that means you just need to look elsewhere. Cloudflare was positioned to win by more people on the internet. More people on the internet because of COVID. Look at this. I'm almost doubling my money. And this is one of my bigger investments too, because it's more of a short thing. Let's see, Jumia. This was a big speculative play. It's still a speculative stock. We got a massive. I've been following this stock for years. 3 weeks. So IPO, $49, runs up. I remember Citron has a short attack. It's a short sell company. They release articles saying the company sucks. And then we get ourselves a little double top right here. I remember one of my friends had a short on this shit. And we get a nice little drop there. and we get it all the way down to $2. And then what does this short company do? They turn around, they probably buy it back with the profits. They probably have a shit ton of stock here. They buy it back, and then we get a bunch of call sweeps, all around here. It gets up to 16, and then it kind of chills out. The RSI has to reset, has to wash some people out about the top, and then so we get $8 again. I think I call it out right around here. So I didn't get the bottom. I didn't get here, or I didn't get it here, but I still got it here. And from $8, bitch ran, what is it, almost $40 now. And the thing is, if you put it into perspective, it's still not at the $50 range where the original short attack was, because the original short attack, it was all bullshit anyway. Like they find a company that's fucking they're susceptible to being shorted. You know, all the things check out. It's a South African fucking e-commerce company. And of course, people are gonna believe you if you say it's a scam. So that bitch drops all the way down to 2. They buy it back, short squeeze all the way up to $50. And I'm still in this one because I believe in it long term. Party City. This is a reopening name. I kind of mentioned the rotation from tech to reopening names that happened in the second quarter. I at least got a little piece of it. I think I own Party City at like what, $2. My girl loves to go there. Honestly, I have one right across the street. So I mean, I kind of thought like, it'd be kind of cool if I put a couple $100 in the Party City. KNDI. This is like a Neo. I saw Neo, Tesla doing really good. That's one of the most shorted stocks on the stock exchange. So I saw some bull sweeps. A bunch of calls bought. I think it was like right here. Yeah, $7 I got it around, and it got up to 17.45. Obviously, I didn't sell it at 17.45. I put a little trailing stop loss. I think I got out around like 12.50 around, and I mean, still it's $7 to 12.50. It's pretty good, equity wise. Space, yeah, I got it at $20. I already brought that up, and Mara too. And I was just talking about PayPal. I remember I bought it a while back at around $5. Held it for a while. Held it through all this. No, shit, I'm tripping. This is the yearly chart. I didn't buy that far back. So I think I bought actually here. I'm not even gonna lie. I bought the fucking top of this. So yeah, I bought it around $5. I kind of held it through a while. I called it out when Bitcoin's kind of started coming up around $3. I know a few of my people got a little piece of it at $3. So I was holding from 5, let people know at 3. Kind of did a whole lot of nothing for a while, and then boom, we get an explosion, $15. They announced an offering, share offering. They're gonna dilute the shares, so it goes from 15 to 10. But I mean, a lot of strong stocks lately, they just, whenever there's offering news, they just get bought up. So I mean, we can keep a watch on Marathon, especially if Bitcoin keeps going. I mean, Bitcoin is what, 30,000. Say it goes to 40,000. Mara would probably be trading at about $20, I bet. So, yeah, about $20. I would say is. I mean, that's probably the top of the top price target. So, yeah, a few of those. That's just kind of my equity trades. So, I mean, I know people ask me about my losing trades. I mean, I lose too, like a good amount selling puts, because essentially when you trade options, 80% expire worthless. So obviously, if you're trading options, you're probably gonna have a few that go to zero. Right? You kind of just have to expect it. So I have called out some not too good option trades, but as far as equity goes, we had a pretty good quarter. And so my plan going into 2020, I just want to watch the rebalance, TLT, bonds. I mean, they've kind of been inactive. So, I mean, but with, say, new president, a lot of tech companies say not doing too well. A lot of people might look for a safer investment. So I gotta watch TLT for that. We gotta watch the dollar too. It's the dollar index. So you see the dollar has been getting super weak, which kind of correlates to why the stock market Bitcoin been doing super good. So I watch these pretty much every day. I watch bonds, I watch dollar, and I just you gotta watch how politics play into this. The Georgia runoffs. I think it's like the 5th of January. So we gotta watch that. So say the dollar right here. We're at what? Last year lows. Say we get down to last year's lows and then we bounce. We get a little rally like this. The markets can correct 15 to 20%. So you gotta watch out for that, especially if you're in options. You can't. I mean, equity wise, you have shares of something, you get a 15% correction, just fucking buy more. Who cares? But you don't want to have options during a 15% drop, so we gotta watch that. The dollar could bounce 2021, especially if it's a Democrat ran his House and president. So based on all that, that's how we're gonna go about 2021. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. I might have rambled on a little bit. I'm sorry. I'm not the most camera friendly guy. I don't do this much, so at least I'm trying.